Thank you very much, Paul, and all our guests. We want to welcome you to this evening's presentation so that we share with you what we do. I think this business will make a tremendous impact in your life, whichever decision you make. So if you permit me, I want to share the screen with you. Just one moment. Okay, give me one moment. Let me just make it a slideshow. All right. So we want to welcome you to this presentation. And as Paul has said, my name is Pascal Oloo. I'm trained as a civil engineer. Betsy and myself, that's my wife, we live in Pretoria, South Africa, but originally from Kenya. And what is our aim in this business? Our aim is very simple. We want to make the world a healthier and a happier place. How do we do that? We do that through two ways. One, giving the finest health supplements in the world. And number two, a business opportunity that allows you unlimited amount of income depending on how hard you want to work. So just to introduce ourselves, that's myself and my wife, Betty. We've been doing this business for the last 24 years. And the reason we joined the business is very simple. We joined the business for three reasons. One, money. Two, money. And three, money. We joined the business to make an extra $200. That is our original goal, because when we moved to South Africa, Betty could not get a job. And she looked for a job. She was a teacher by training. She studied chemistry and physics. And she couldn't get a job because when we arrived in South Africa had a bilingual policy. There were schools that only teach Afrikaans, and there were some schools that only teach English. So the English schools are not very many. For that reason, she looked for a job long enough, and I remember the day, 2 weeks after we started the business, she was so tired of looking for a job, and she said, I've looked for a job long enough, let the job come and find me at home. And 2 weeks later, a friend of hers called her and said, Betty, I know you have a sick child, but there's a business I'd like you to have a look at that I think will make a difference in your life. So Betty went for a presentation just like this one. Of course, that one was in a hall. What attracted Betty is that the presenter for that evening was a person who had also a child with very debilitating condition. His name is Hansi Cronje, one of the people I really respect in this industry. His child had cerebral palsy. That means 24-hour care. That is what really attracted Betty to the business, because when she came back home, she couldn't explain all the details about the business, but I could see she was excited. I asked the details, so she explained what she could. I said, look, I don't know if this thing will work, but if we don't try, we will never know if you would have succeeded. 2 days later, we started the business. And for me, apart from getting married to Betty, that was the finest decision I ever made. That's how we started the business. We started slowly. I remember our first check was about $3. After 7 months doing the business part-time, our income had reached $1,000. And that's when I really decided to focus on the business. I started to spend time, energy, studying the business, getting to know what kind of business is this that somebody with no experience, not a lot of investment, and I equaled my salary after spending 5 years in university studying civil engineering. Either this business is too good to be true or something is wrong with the education system. I found out that both were true, that the education system gives us the impression that the more educated we are, the more successful we become. That is only true up to a certain extent. Education, I agree, makes a difference. It opens some doors, but it doesn't guarantee you success. So Betty and I built the business for 3 years. After 3 years, my income was 3 times my salary. On the 27th September 1999, I fired my boss. So those of you who are guests, I'd like to share this business with you. You see, if you're earning an income, there are 4 ways to earn an income. The first one is called a job. That is, you work for 30 days and you expect a salary. That is good because somebody else is responsible to pay you, but it has a number of drawbacks. The first one is your income is limited to what your employer can pay you, and it's not secure. I have met a number of people who just lost their jobs. And in fact, in the last 12 months, The number of people who've lost their jobs worldwide is over 250,000. 250, is it 250 million? No. Yeah, it's actually about 250 million who have lost their jobs. Why? Because of Corona. Also, in the job situation, there's a lot of internal politics. In Kenya, they call it internal siasa. And that really affects people. The second way that people generate income is called self-employment. That is, somebody puts capital aside and starts their own business. But for most people, to get capital to start a business takes a lot of savings and effort. But they're not aware that to run a business, you need a system that does not require you to be there. And self-employed people, although they control their destiny, most of them find themselves to be trapped by their businesses. A true test of whether you own a business is this. If you cannot go away from your business for 3 months without it collapsing, you don't own the business owns you. Why? Because without you, the business doesn't run. The third way that people generate income is called a big business. These are companies like Naivas in Kenya or ShopRite in South Africa and most of Africa. In fact, ShopRite have got about 1,900 outlets across the African continent, employing over 147,000 people. Now, most people don't have this kind of capital to invest. 2, you deal with a lot of employees. 3, you have tremendous labor issues. For example, in South Africa, it's not very easy to fire somebody when you have employed them. So big business, although you earn a lot of money, but sometimes you go through a loss, it takes a lot of capital, lots of dealing with employees, a lot of logistics to get your products to the marketplace. The fourth way to generate income is investment. That means that you need extra cash. Number 2, you need knowledge and skill to be able to invest. Now, most people don't have extra cash to invest. They are just trying to make ends meet. But secondly, to get the knowledge and the skill to invest takes considerable study. So most people are not, these 4 ways, although some people use them, they are not the ideal. But the question is there an ideal business? Is there a business that is ideal for building wealth? I truly believe there is. And it should have the following criteria. Number 1, you need low capital required to start the business. Number 2, you need to get involved in distribution of goods and services. Why? Because people need them all over the globe. One of the wealthiest companies in the world is called Amazon. Why is Amazon very wealthy? Because Amazon is the largest distributor of goods and services around the world. Okay. The third element is you need to have a global reach. Our company is registered in 50 countries around the world, and in Africa alone, operating in 12 countries, we have access to 450 million people. I see 2 people have raised their hands. I don't know whether there is a challenge. Silas and Faith Murigi, if you can hear me clearly and see, please wave. Oh, okay, thank you. I saw 2 people had raised their hands. I thought there was a problem with the connection. I see Adrian Mapunda has raised his hand also. I'm not sure whether there's a challenge. All right, if you can hear and see me, Rebecca, you can hear me? All right, thank you very much. So let me go back to our presentation. You know, when you're sharing the screen, you can see only a few faces, and that sometimes distracts you. My apologies. Okay, so in Africa, we have access to over 450 million people. So we've got a very big market size. The fourth thing you need the fourth criteria of an ideal business is you need leverage. What is leverage? The best way to explain what leverage is, think about a bank, Standard Bank, Absa Bank, whatever bank that is in your country. You know that every bank opens branches. Why do they open branches? They open branches because they're trying to leverage their services. Leverage simply means they open branches so that they can reach more people or more customers. But for leverage to work, you need systems. You need a system that makes your business run. You see, you and I have 24 hours a day. You work 8 hours a day. Let me say you sleep 8 hours. The rest, you rest, you eat, you travel. All those are ways that you use to spend your time. If you don't learn how to multiply your time, then you will never be successful or wealthy. Why? Because you're limited in terms of your time and effort to reach more customers. The fifth thing is you need consumable and unique high quality products. Why consumable? Because they have a repeat sale. You see, a pair of shoes, a car, a suit is not consumable in the sense that you don't buy it every month. I mean, if you buy a pair of shoes, the next time you buy it is a year's time or 18 months. If you buy a pair of suit, probably another 2 or 3 years, because a suit is not consumable. But each of us use soap every single day. And you're going to buy soap every single month until the day you die. So soap is a good business because people need it constantly. And so is health supplements, and so are skincare products. Then you need a business system. What is a business system? A business system is tools, procedures, equipment that you use to run your business so that you as the owner of the business doesn't have to be there. And that is what I find very exciting about our business. For example, Betty and I live in Pretoria, but we've got a business in Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Nigeria, Cameroon, USA, Sweden, Norway, UK. We have a business in all these areas. Why? Because our company has developed systems to enable our business to grow in places where we are not there physically. And then the last thing is timing. What does that mean? That your business needs to fulfill the needs of the time. With the coronavirus, people have started to use a lot of supplements. Two, because people have lost jobs, people are looking for ways to generate more income. I was speaking to a friend of mine from Nigeria this afternoon, and he was saying some of the products are really running in short supply because the sales have really gone up because of the demand. So timing is very important. Now, let's get to what this business is about. What is really network marketing? Network marketing is a means of distribution of goods and services that we take product from the manufacturer to the consumer through a distributor. If you think about the normal traditional products that you buy in the supermarkets, advertising costs between 30 and 50% of the budget. Why is that important? Because manufacturers have to advertise their products through newspapers, TV, the social media in order for them to earn customer base. In our business, we don't have advertising. You will not see these products advertised in the supermarkets or advertised in newspapers or TV. Why? Because the money the company would have spent to advertise is what is paid to people like myself or Mr. Andrew Bugembe, because we actually advertise the products by word of mouth. The other thing about this business is that there are no wholesalers or retailers. Products are explained to the customers one-on-one. The company pays you for referring customers. I found this really fantastic because I remember when I was starting and I attended the first meeting, the speaker asked us, has any of you seen a movie? I said, yes. Have you ever recommended that movie to somebody else? I said, yeah, I've recommended a good movie to a friend of mine, and they went and watched. Did the movie company pay you anything? I said, they didn't even know I'd advertise the products, their movie on their behalf. This is what I found fantastic about our business, because if you refer people to refer customers and they buy the product, the company compensates you for doing work. Then the products have been researched and developed for you. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself, because Neolife has built infrastructure in all these 50 countries to support your business. Neolife has put together a scientific advisory board, find some of the finest scientific minds in the world, in nutrition, in biochemistry, in food technology, in manufacturing, all sorts of things that make sure they manufacture the finest products of our range. And then no qualification is required to do this business except three things. One, the hunger for success. Number two, teachability. And number three, hard work. If you have got these three things, you can succeed in our business. This is the founder of our company, Mr. Jerry Brasfield. He started the company at the age of 19 in 1958. Why did he start the company? When he was a young person, he had very serious asthma, and his mother gave him natural remedies. And as a result of that, he felt much better and decided, I should probably share this story with the rest of the world. That's how Neolife was born. Neolife came to South Africa in 1971. To Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania, he came in 1996, 97. If you're a guest, this business has come to your doorstep. But why has Neolife lasted all this long? 5 principles we believe in. Number one is absolute integrity and honesty. We believe that we need to tell our customers and our distributors the truth. Number two, people are number one. The most important resource of our business is people. Number three, products that work. The company spends considerable amount of effort, money, and research to manufacture the best products of their kind in the world. Number four, equal opportunity for everybody. We don't care whether you're a man or a woman, whether you are a student or you're a CEO, whether you're 18 or 81, whatever background you come from, we don't really care. As long as you're willing to work, you're teachable, you have a dream, you're going to become successful. And the last thing is a long-range vision. Think about this. Jerry Brasfield is I think, 80 years old. And he had this vision for the company. Now this company is in 50 different countries. So if you're starting the business, have a long-range vision, all right? Let's get to which products the company does. Before we get there, why do people start this business? If you're a guest, what is your reason for starting or coming to see this business opportunity? Some people start because they want a better life for their children. They would like to buy a dream house. They would like to drive beautiful cars. Some people start the business because they want to buy a beach house or holiday home. Some people start the business because they want to make some cash. We take making money very seriously in this business. Why? Because it makes it. You see, $20 or even $50 or $100 for some people can make a difference between living and dying. So we make a very serious effort to make money because it can change lives. Because it not only changes our lives, but it changes the lives of the people we bring into the business. Some people join the business because they want to be physically fit. So if that is you, you join the business, you're joining a company that got more than 60 years of experience, in fact, 62 years. It's going to be 63 years this year. 50 countries around the world. They have the best scientists in the scientific advisory board, and they've got 4 ranges of products. Which are those ranges? The first is a cleaning range of products, home care, things for hair shampoos, hair conditioners, hand and body lotions, things you need to clean your tile, your carpet, anything that you need to clean your home. It's called the golden home care products. The second one I may have mentioned in my talk just now is the personal care products. These are things like hair shampoos, hair conditioners, hand and body lotion. The third range is a skincare range. Why skincare? Because the largest organ we have in our body is our skin. And sometimes the skin can give an indication of the internal health of a person. All right? And the last range we have is the healthcare range, which is the highest selling range of our products line. Now, how does this business work? This business works by doing 3 things every day. We call them the 3 daily success habits. The first thing you do in our business is we use the products. Why? 2 reasons. Number 1, you're supporting your own business. Number 2 is that you want to recommend things to people that you actually believe in yourself. For me, it doesn't make sense to recommend a product to people you don't believe in and you don't actually use. Think about somebody who has a restaurant. If they want to eat lunch, they go to somebody else's restaurant. Why would you do that? Okay, so the first thing we do in our business, we use the products. The second thing we do in our business is we share the business opportunity. Now, Since our company is registered in 50 countries around the world and each country has got a different currency and the exchange rate of the currencies change every single minute, the company uses what we call a point value system, a PV, to measure the size of business. For example, we have a product, one of the cleaning products is LDC, 1 liter is 10 PV. So if you start the business, you use 100 PV at home, the next thing you do is you share the business opportunity. How do you do that? You introduce other people who do 100 PV like you're doing. This 100 PV is just an example for demonstration purposes, okay? If you do 600 people plus yourself is 7, you've done 700 PV, you become a manager and your income is about $45 a month. The next thing you do is you start teaching the people you brought in to do exactly what you do. The person in the top right corner introduces 2 people who introduce 2 people each. That unit will have done 700 PV plus the other 6 gives you 1,300 PV and your income is about $90. And then you need to teach everybody you bring in to do exactly what you do. If each of them does 700 PV, you'll have 6 units doing 700 PV, plus your own is 4,300 PV. You become a director and your income is about $580 to $700. Okay? You see, some people will not be interested to join this business. These people become our customers and we make a profit from them of 20%. Why? Because we are registered distributors. We buy the products at the distributor price and we sell to our customers at the full retail price. All right? The third thing we do in our business is personal development. What does personal development mean? That you spend time to learn how to do the business by becoming a leader through training, through your sponsor and support, and through personal development, reading books, attending seminars, attending events where you learn to be a business leader. Personal development, I think, is one of the most critical things about our business success. If you become a better person, a better leader, understand the products better, you've got a better attitude, your chances of success are much higher. But some people are not interested in just $500 or $700. Some people are interested in more. If you want to become more successful, then help the people you brought into the business also become successful. If you help one person become a director, your income goes to about $1,000. If you help 3 people to become directors, your income goes to about $2,000 plus. If you help 6 people, different legs, your income goes to $5,000 plus. Now I would like to introduce one of our president's team members, somebody whose story really excites me. He's a friend of mine. I've known him long since I met him first when he was doing his business in Uganda. Mr. Andrew Bugembe. Andrew, can you hear me?
Yeah, well, I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Ah, fantastic. Let me just adjust the camera a bit.
Okay, take it away.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Pascal, for that very wonderful session. For the people on the call, my name is Bugembe Andrew, and I'm an engineer by training. That is what I studied so many years back, just like Pascal. Today's an Engineer's Day. It's actually World Engineering Day on Thursday, for your information. Well, what can I say? A few years back, approximately 16 years ago, I was invited by a very wonderful lady to come and look at this opportunity. I was in my senior 6 vacation. Senior 6 vacation in Uganda is the period between university and school. So when this lady invited me, I remember I told her I'm a very busy person. We engineers don't have time. And well, she didn't exactly beg me, but I think because of her charm, I said, you know what, let me just go. Let me just go, let me go. And what is very interesting, actually, allow me to share that lady right here. What is very interesting is that this lady, when she invited me, she said one thing that is very, that touched me so much. She said, sometimes in life, people can be very busy, because I told her I'm a very busy person. So she said, sometimes in life, people can be very busy. Why? Because they can be very busy becoming poor. And that's what caught my attention. I was like, okay, so what is it that I'm going to do that is going to keep me busy becoming wealthy? And that lady there is called Janet. Eventually, she went on to become my wife, thanks be to God. And I'm forever grateful for that opportunity. And I'm forever grateful for her. Together, between me and her, we have one little girl. And well, that's what I can say for now. So back to the time I got started. I was in my senior 6 vacation, that period between university and secondary school. And my God, I had tried a number of things. I don't know if there's anyone on the call that has tried a number of things. I had tried a number of things at the age of 20. I'd tried a video library. I had tried lending money to people. Well, I used to work in my dad's farm, and I could see how he's running his things. And I was trying to see how can I be able to make money before it is too late for me to start looking for it, you know. Sometimes I think what I've noticed around people is that sometimes people prepare late. But I have a principle I've gone by for some time. It goes like this: early preparation equals success. If you're in this call and you're looking forward to getting children, in case you're still young, or you're Pascal, who is already retired anyway, but if you're in Pascal's age and you're looking forward to retirement, you don't have to wait to get into retirement for you to start looking for what to do. You have to start working right now. Start looking for something right now. And that was the logic that was going through my mind. We're living in a time, and even back then it was something like that. 16 years ago, it was about the same situation. You leave the university, the money is not enough. You're given what, maybe $400 worth of salary, and what can that do? You take off money for rent, you take off money for food, you take off money for transport, kaput, and it's finished. So I really wanted to get into something that's going to help me get. And when I got into that meeting that day, and I listened to all the testimonies, in particular, there was this testimony by a banker, and he had been a managing director of a bank. And he said through this opportunity, he had used this opportunity to pay for his children's tuition, school fees. And I said, now look at a managing director doing this business, using this opportunity, and he's using it to even pay money for his children's school fees. And I was like, no, me who is a student who was not ought to do this. And that's one of the reasons I took a decision. And maybe also just to add to this, I think one of the things that also influenced my decision was that I had lost my mother earlier on at the age of 6. And I think seeing my father go through life as a single father made me even look out for opportunities a lot more. You know, if you're in a comfort zone right now and you don't have anything piercing you're comfortable, you may not look at this opportunity as something that is important. Even to the distributors, you may think that, wow, okay, I've got my nice job here, or I still have my salary coming in. No need. But the day that salary is no more, the day the job is no more, the day whatever you're doing gets something messed up, then you begin to think about options. And for me, I didn't want to get to that point. So I want to encourage everyone on the call, don't wait until it's too late. Yes, do something now. You as a guest, you're not going to be paid money as a guest, by the way, in this opportunity. You only get paid when you decide to start. And so after this call, please talk to the person who invited you, because the only way you get paid with the monies that Pascal has shown us is when you decide to start. And that is how I got into this thing. I got into Neolife and I started. And well, my first commission was about, at the time, it was about $10. It would have demotivated me, but I remember the person who gave it to me with such a wonderful comment. The person told me, Andrew, once 10 will be $100, there will be 1,000. 10,000. I was actually very motivated by that, because if the company can pay you 10, believe me, if you put in more effort and you work with your team and you attend the trainings and you commit to building this business, the company will pay you 100 and 1,000 and 10,000. And ladies and gentlemen, within about 5 months, I had become a director. I was getting about $500. Within another 1 year, in my second year at the university, I was already earning about $1,000 out of this opportunity. In Uganda shillings, it's about at that point it was about 2.5 million shillings. Today it's about 3.5. So I was earning about $1,000 by the time I was in my second year at the university at the age of 22. And I'm telling you, there's nothing that feels good as freedom or as security. I sat in that class of engineering and I said, okay, these guys are always threatening us to go on strike, by the way. We have a university here that sometimes, even now, the lecturers are on strike. If you go around checking the news in that university, they're now on strike right now as I speak. And I've said they're not teaching until the government has paid up its salaries. And here I was sitting in front of this lecturer, and he was telling us how they're going to strike next month. And I'm thinking, okay, this is an engineer teaching me an engineer to be. Wow, I need to do something about this. And for me, at that point in time, the business stopped being plan B. It started being plan A. Yes, distributors, and yes, you can start this business as plan B. But once you're getting in the money, it can become your plan A, and can be very exciting. So the moment my business became plan A, and I started concentrating on it more, I was able to finish the university. I graduated as an engineer. And I can tell you, by the time I graduated, I was looking at about maybe $3,000 or $4,000 every single month. And as a fresh graduate at age of 24, I really wanted to work. I honestly wanted to work. Everyone around me wanted me to work. From my relatives to my friends, but it was difficult, because how do you then go and start working for $500, 8 hours a day, when you have a business that is paying you about 4,000? It's not logical. It's just not logical. And for me, that is how I decided that the moment I left the university, it's about the same time I also retired, just like Janet had done earlier. And I'm telling you, that journey has been exciting. It has been exciting. There's a price to pay for freedom, but the freedom that I have enjoyed for the last 16 years through this opportunity, it is not something you'll find anywhere. I'm not an exorbitant person. I don't live in a mansion with 5 floors, but I'm happy with where I am today. I'm able to see my daughter wake up. I'm able to see her go to school. I'm able to sit her through the whole time as she's now on her online classes, and be able to, that freedom of time, that freedom of income is something that is priceless, that you need to work so hard to ensure that you get. Everyone on this call. So I will tell you that ever since 2009, I have never looked back. And ever since then, everything has kept on running and kept on running. And business is quite exciting. We have done a lot of travel. I love it when Janet talks about travel. And when I started this business, I used to tell people, now I go to this country to do what? To see who will pay. And really, I didn't mind. I didn't care whether I would travel or not. But traveling has really changed my life. It has totally given me a new. I usually tell people, the amount you have on your account. All you guys on the call see the amount you have on your account right now? That money you have on your account is equivalent to the size of your mind. Now, how do you expand your mind? Travel is one of them. Good books, reading good books is one of them. Surrounding yourself with the right people is one of them. If you surround yourself with people that are earning $300, $400, don't expect to earn 10,000. Yeah. By the way, the thing that lady told me, that one day my check will be 10, came to pass. I remember when I went to London, that was 3 years down the road. The company handed me a check of about $10,000, and I was like, "Wow, God, you are great." because I looked back at my first check of $10, and when I saw that lady prophesize and say, one day, Andrew, when you put in more effort, one day your check will become $10,000. I had that check in my hands back then. And I'll tell you that it is also possible for you as a guest, as a distributor on this line. I can present online and his peers, I see many of them, all these people are testifying to the same thing. All these people are testifying to the same thing. They are saying that this business works if you're ready to work it. Now, as I conclude, I just have a few, maybe one or two things to share and to tell the distributors online. Especially, let me start with the guests. The guests, one of the things that scares us is that we shall fail. Well, where do you go and you don't have the probability of failing? I've never seen that. I mean, everywhere in life you meet this thing so when you sit back and you fear to get into the swimming pool because you fear to drown, and you do not, you're not even aware that there are people around you that are ready to help you swim, it becomes a paralysis of sorts to just keep on standing by the side of the pool, hoping that one day, someday, you'll learn how to swim. So just what you do, not feel this point into on so my when I said business, I was told this: I either play or pay. You're going to have to make that decision, either you're going to choose to play right now so that you can pay the price later, or you're going to choose to pay the price now or you can play later. I thank God that I chose to pay the price then. Right now, I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I am totally playing. I am playing. Sometimes I wake up in the morning and I say, wow, the kind of freedom is something. So I think when I was thinking to myself, okay, I need to get to 5 diamond and I need to get more wisdom all along the way. And one of the things that came to my mind was to try and change my environment, the people I associate. And guess what? I found myself doing a tax diploma. I had the time on that together. I found opportunity time because of the kind of freedom this business gives you. So I'll put it to you right now as a distributor, as a guest, that the moment you decide to commit and pay the price now, you're going to play that freedom the troubles as well. What you're doing right, you will still be what you are 5 years down the road. So if you're a guest on this call, you've been doing a number of things all your life. You've been saying a lot of things all your life. What has changed? Last year you said you'd build a house. You've not driven it. And it was not just last year. Even the other year you said the same thing. Even the other year you said you'd get out of debt. What has changed? Make that decision to start this opportunity. If it has worked, it will definitely work. Very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Andrew. I really appreciate your testimony. In fact, when I hear such a testimony, if I was a guest, I would make the decision yesterday to start this business, because there's nothing that gives you joy in life like freedom. freedom to wake up when you want to or when you finish sleeping. So it's really exciting to listen to Andrew's story. I want to challenge those the guests who are here. One of the things we offer in our business is true freedom. And because of technology, we're able to do this business from our homes. For example, the following services will be available to you when you join the business. For example, if you start the business, you can order the products online. You don't need to leave your office as long as you get internet connectivity. Registration of distributors, you can do it online. When you start the business, the company creates for you your own website called your back office, where you can monitor and manage your business. Training is done locally and internationally. There are people in this call who are from Sweden, some people are from the US, from UK, from Uganda, Tanzania, Kenya. So you can do training on this online because of the technology. Delivery of products, the company has contracted other companies to deliver products to your doorstep. Payment is done online or electronic funds transfer. That is payment for products. Payment for bonuses and commissions by electronic funds transfer or mobile payment. So the company has made this business very, very efficient so that when you're running your business, you can not only reduce your cost, but you can increase the efficiency of marketing your products. You know, Andrew was talking about traveling. One of the fantastic things that this business really gives you is to travel to different places around the world. In 2019, Betty and I were privileged to attend the Ruby Orientation School at Santon Sun Hotel, where we spent 4 glorious days, paid for by the company. Every day you go for a meeting to be trained to be better leaders in the business. You get a lavera drink, you're shown around Johannesburg. It's really a fantastic treatment by the company. Why? Because you've built the business to a certain level. Those are some of the people who attended the Ruby Orientation Schools, people from Tanzania, people from Nigeria, from Mozambique, people from Namibia, people from Ghana, people from different areas of the African continent who meet and share their ideas on how to build this business. So if you're a guest, or if you're a distributor, you're a senior manager, director, manager, make it your goal to become a Ruby director so that you can start to truly experience what this business is all about. Okay? If you're a guest, how do you get started? Turn to the person who invited you for this presentation. They'll give you an application form and pay a registration amount. In South Africa, it's between 690 and 2,700 Rand. In Kenya, it's between 7,360 and 8,970. In Nigeria, it's between 17,500 and 22,500. Tanzania is 140,500 and 170,700. In Uganda is 203,900 or 242,500. The US is $99. Sweden, the premium kit is 1,025 Swedish krona. So if you're a guest, speak to the person who invites you, get started in the business. You know, Andrew made something that really resonated with me. You see, in life, you can pay the price now and play later, or you can play now and pay the price later with much more regrets because that pain lasts a long time. So if you're a guest, get back to the person who invited you. Tell them you want to start the business immediately. Then get into the training program on the training system that will teach you how to build this business successfully. And remember, if you do what you've always done, you will always get what you've got. But if you change, if you do what others are not willing to do, today you're going to do what others won't do tomorrow because you'll have made a difference in your life. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to encourage you to make a decision that will change your life. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. What are you going to do with it? May God expand your lives until all your dreams are fulfilled. So thank you very much. God bless you, and see you next time. If you're a guest, speak to the person who invited you. Andrew, thank you for keeping us company in this exciting presentation. Your story is really heartwarming.
Much obliged. Thank you very much as well, everyone. Have a good night.
Thank you. Bye-bye.